that's who. Who put all this shit together, bitch? Me, that's who.
The brother in London who got killed, no matter what they said, he had a gun and all of that. They killed my man. They killed him. Like, imagine that they've gave him the kill shot immediately, but this brother is arrested. This brother's arrested. This is what I'm saying. They're playing in man's faces, and these conversations ain't being had because all of the man them that they lick in the algorithm check their track record.
Of course.
JD Sports deal.
Yeah.
Foot Asylum deal.
Mm-hmm.
You go and say anything like that, them deals are gone, and that's how these brothers are paying their bills.
Exactly.
So you check how they're running us and how they're playing us. How they're playing us. This is just so. I'm convinced of it. This is just literally so. The UK, man. And even like a man would say, the UK ABOC live so Chris in the UK. I'm not saying that there isn't good parts to this place, because there is. But at the same time, the higher ups are playing so.
Yeah, man.
I'm telling you, they're playing so. They're literally playing so, and they control the narrative and everything else. They control the narrative when these madnesses happen.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing so with the public, and just it's like, I believe they're saying like, let's see how much we can charge them for things that they know they're not supposed to be paying that for. How are they working this out? They could literally tell you it's anything. Because I'm thinking to myself, you know, I'd love someone to do an experiment and just not use nothing, just have no tea and see what bill they send you. So I'm saying, all right, cool, no problem. That bill, no problem, cool. You've got me in it, cool. I just up the direct debit now. However, what if man got that and couldn't defend it?
This is the point, Mark. This is what they're doing.
Yeah, man. What if a man got that? And remember, you get that, you can't defend it, so you get it now. Oh, I can't pay. Now you got all the things that are just piling, and you're working and you're doing this and you're doing that. Come on, man. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. So what's happening now is people are just saying, you know what? I give up. People are doing it. People, that's why you're seeing, like I said, last week, I come on, first show since Africa. You know how much people are in Africa that have just up and gone? That have literally just up, gone and just said, yo, I'll just live. However it works out for me, that's how it works out.
Yeah, I'm going to try it.
You know how much people are doing that in their record numbers? And this is what I'm saying, people, like, it's almost like they're driving people to do that. It's almost like, because if I was 18 right now, what am I doing here? I'd be looking elsewhere or looking for a different, like, because how does it make sense? Because more than likely, if I live an average life, meaning if I follow the government guidelines and follow what the system have taught me to do, I'm never going to own a home.
But okay,
I'm always going to be renting and paying mad money for rent because they control the narrative. Come true, Noble.
No. You're on point. You're on point. But I think what you're still thinking. You're thinking in your mindset. You've got to learn. It's almost impossible, especially for me, to put your mind in an 18-year-old. But their idea that not many youngsters, teenagers, realistically, are thinking of buying a house. Their priority is getting the S3.
This episode is sponsored by Supreme of the UK. Click the link in the description and support the broadcast.
It's wheels.
For now.
For now. No, yeah, for now.
Yeah, let's give them that for now. Because at 18, to be fair, I weren't thinking about buying a house.
Well, okay. Let's do the personal thing then. At 18, I didn't think there was an option for me to buy a house, but I know as a youngster, as a 7, 8-year-old, I always wanted to once I got to 16, 8, whenever you was old enough, I wanted to be out of my house, my family house, and have my own thing. I've always wanted that. Always. Now, getting a little bit older, you know, being in the system, working for corporate companies and stuff, you're seeing people and like, yeah, I got 2 houses, I got 3 houses. Remember, we always talk about experiences and who you were with and, work being invaluable. I'm with people who are a lot older, because a lot of them, the workforce I was with, I was generally the youngest person there. They're like, I got 2 houses, I've got a holiday home in damn Devon and stuff. And I'm like, Okay, and they're breaking it down. They're telling me how. I'm like, shit. Okay, I can do this here. So yeah, man. 2002, I bought my first house. That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. But going back to the mindset of today, ownership is not an option outside of the clothes that you have on your body and some of them things you can rent or lease.
Exactly. Exactly. Look what they said about the Cybertruck. You can go into Tesla and buy the Cybertruck cash, even though it's not released here yet. It is coming here. But you can go and buy that cash in the States right now. Order it, buy it cash, they bill it, and you cannot sell it. So you don't own it.
Yep.
If you can't sell it, you don't own it.
Yes.
And what I'm trying to say is, notice, I know we always say this, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I'm a man who's been into technology from about the age of hardcore. By about 22, I was a techie, meaning computers, laptops, all of that. Now, every program is subscription based.
Yes.
Every single program is a subscription. Even Photoshop now
Yeah.
is a
Yeah.
subscription. Back in the day, you could have £400 and buy Photoshop, but guess what? You knew I got that program now, and they'd give you about 2-3 years worth of updates,
Yes.
and eventually, when you were ready, you'd buy it again. Final Cut, they're gonna make that subscription based. By the way, people, Final Cut, you could go and spend your free bills, and you knew to yourself, yo, I've got Final Cut now. I own Final Cut. Now, what these companies are doing is saying, you don't own the program. You pay $17.99 every month.
Every month.
So $17.99 every month. You might have that program. Like if you're someone, a content creator, sorry, you might need that indefinitely
Exactly.
for as long as you. So now that's one bill. Now, if you say to yourself, okay, that's my editing software. Now I need something to do my thumbnails. You might have to pay another $8.99 every month.
Mm-hmm.
Now you might say to yourself, I need some audio editing software. Now you're paying another $15.99. No, I'm just showing you that. But they're doing that in other areas of life too. So they're basically saying, okay, the interest rate's at the highest it's ever been. Yeah, as far as throughout this modern time. But if you drive an older car, you're going to be penalized. You're going to be charged every time you drive near the city center.
Yes.
You're going to pay. Is it still £8 or is it 12 now?
8. So.
All right, 8. They'll bring that up soon.
Mm.
They'll bring it up soon. So every time you drive near the town, £8. So if you're someone who needs to drive through town or anywhere by town to get to work 5 days a week, now you've got an extra bill. So what will people say? It makes more sense to go and get a car. Now you go to get a car, the credit is ridiculous because it's so high.
Yeah.
Now now they're so what they're doing is making it that there's no way around nothing. Now I'll just say this, even all right, because I'm gonna move off Brum, but let me say this last thing about Brum. A lot of men in Brum are wasting time, You're wasting valuable time. Trust me, because right now is the time where they're gonna separate the people over the next 10 years. You're going to have some people who survive this thing.
Yes.
And other people who are going to end up part of the system after this time's done. They strategically done a map of the city centre and made any little ways around it chargeable as well.
Yep.
So even if you're a better who says, yo, all right, I know the way I can get through Ladywood or you're paying it again. You're paying it again. And then they've looked and said, all right, even for a smart person who knows how to budget, they've said, all right, how are we going to hit them? Is hit them with the things that they can't avoid.
Yes.
So take away all the luxuries. A man's gas and electric is the highest it's ever been.
Of course.
A man's water bill's the highest it's ever been. A man's friggin' groceries are the highest they've ever been. For a reason, because they're trying to make you know, listen, we're not playing no games. And then you're getting people, so you got to think, even for what you would call the middle class, they're now the lower class. So what's happened to the lower class? And I know that that's a horrible word to use, but what's happened to so what they're doing now is the lower class are just part of the system. So you got people that are literally like, I give up. I'm done. There's people which we've had it on stream. We've spoke about these things on stream
Loads of times.
loads of times. There's people, like I said, I know multiple man who have committed to literally brothers that when I was growing up, you would think that these brothers had a strong will, all of that. But a lot of these men just quit and just, yo, I'm gone. And this is what they're doing, trust me, because they're making it where these brothers are just, some of these brothers are literally just on a Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Literally.
Hamster wheel, boss.
They're just on a, they're literally just on a Ferris wheel, that even on a mental thing, because they've put their mind into
Yeah.
the system, they haven't really elevated their thinking, or, you see what I mean? And then you've got other people that are just like, I'm gone, which I know a few people like that who have just said, yo, I'm up, I'm gone. Even in Gambia,